And there we go again. Welcome back. I'm not gonna say all those Greek stuff you wrote in the chat, but I know that the first bottle of Uzu goes to Aggressive Minds. Like, they've won their game very convincingly. Like, the Death Prophet being the absolutely anchor of this game. Like, nothing was going past this exorcism. Like, he was keeping in the background, and the setup they had was just, yeah, it was just prone to win, because I mean, I like the silencer pick and everything, but in the end he couldn't do anything against like such a farmed Death Prophet. He had a heart, he had the Shivas, he could stall time all the time. Like, it's just amazing. Like, if you would have focused him, he could have just gone BKB. If he was too low HP, he would have gone into Yule's Scepter. In the meantime, like, either the support or the Mirana, of course, and of course the Ghost would have just killed you. In my opinion, the kiting was the only way to get this game over with, but in the end TCN just gave up there. Like, they were doing so fine in farm, where AGM lacked a bit, of course, but in the end it's called Defense of the Ancients, and AGM defended their Ancient very, very well. In the end, TCN saw themselves in a position where they said, like, hey guys, we can't defend our base anymore, we have to GG, go next. And I think that was also the best decision. The whole thing is, of course, a best of 3 here in the Battle of Central Europe in the loser bracket final, and therefore TCN has all the means to strike back. They go for the bans now already, or they went for the bans already, and we have the Centaur Warner, we have the Batrider. Everything is so far like the old game, also Lycan and Invoker we saw on in the other game, and now TCN, they go for the Shadow Demon, and the instant counter pick again. The Mirana is coming out for Aggressive Minds, but if I was TCN, I would ban the Death Prophet. Then again, you also don't want to give your enemy too much credit, because if you ban, or like if you respect ban certain heroes, then they're like, yeah, that worked against them. So it's also a bit mind games coming out here, I guess. But in my opinion, the Death Prophet, also an underplayed hero, in my opinion. And well, let's see what TCN is going for. I mean, they have, like, I casted those guys now in, I don't know, endless games, and they have a very versatile draft. They can go for different strategies, and let's see what their goal is here against Aggressive Minds. I mean, Aggressive Minds, they save themselves now the Dream Protector, which means they're gonna protect their towers. And the biggest problem again, of course, last game was that, I mean, Sisu did a good job on the Dream Protector, but against the Exorcism, you just can't keep your towers up. Eventually those towers will fall. Some fell even without the Exorcism, some were traded for other towers. Like, it really looked like they're gonna break base in that side lane, but in the end, like, Rangetrax was down, tier 3 tower was down. Till there, TCN was well into the game, and I thought maybe with some split pushing, a nice fight around Roshan, but AGM had all the buybacks. Leon was always pushed out, sometimes even killed when he tried to split push. It just didn't work out to get that damn melee Rex down. And even in the fight mid, I mean, the fight mid, they had an awesome turnaround kill. They got really high value kills for the side of TCN, but the damage was already done. Your melee Rex is down, and unfortunately in 6.81, that's all that matters. Like, I mean, you know it, the changes, like melee Rex regenerates, the range Rex doesn't regenerate. To be honest, in my opinion, I think Dota in the future, I really hope IceFrog gets this idea of like giving the Rexes like certain values. Let's say 1 Rex, both of them regenerate, or let's say none of them regenerate, or just 1, I don't care, but like plus 25% damage on the creeps, and the other also plus 25% on all the creeps, instead of the ranged and the melee one. Because, I don't know, right now it kind of feels strange, because you go for the tier 3 tower, and sometimes they get the melee Rex not down by maybe 1 HP missing, and that means the lane is not lost, because nobody cares about a range creep being empowered. But okay, this is just my opinion on the game. Like, I love the game. It's one of the best games out there, best balanced games whatsoever out there, and IceFrog is doing an amazing job. But when it comes to the Rex system, I'm not a big fan of it. I have to admit it, I'm just not a big fan of it. Either way, the second rotation of bans is coming out, Ancient Apparition, Rubik, and the Dazzle, and as picks, of course, Slark already coming out. So let's see, Slark is a hero that can very, very much snowball, and if Slark is able to do that here on TCN's side, probably again played by, by Quicks, that's definitely gonna be interesting. And there's now another stand-in for this game. That's interesting. So Keanu is not playing anymore. It's Vern now. So okay, they're rotating the other stand-in in. So I have no idea what it is, but either way, I'm just looking at the chat. Still a lot of Greek there.
Dark seer.
But at least some English in between. Yeah, thanks for the compliments. Yeah, we always try our best, and I will pay $100 for a non-Russian service. Yes, I will pay another $100 for that. Shout out to Frown Yoni. I mean, I don't have too much time to play, but yeah, I would also give a lot for a non-Russian server. I tried so many where my ping is decent, but I will always meet the Ruska Dotka Vodka. Anyway, we have to focus on the game though, because the third picks are already done. Like, they decided to round up their second ban rotation with a Chen, and that all being said, a Doom is coming out. So Doom, very interesting, of course. I like the hero. It's always negating at least one of the heroes, which is already quite, well, quite awkward for the Mirana, because Doom on Mirana means she can't leap away. Doom on Darkseer means he can't search away. So these are two heroes already that are very, very powerful. You just need a proper initiation with Doom. And now it is, okay, Sand King. On top of the Darkseer, a Sand King. This might be, of course, a crazy, crazy combination. If I just imagine this, so we have a Darkseer Wall Vacuum, a Blink in Treen Protector Overgrowth, a Blink in Epicenter Burst Strike on top of it, maybe even Mirana with the Maelstrom and all the AoE, maybe even Starstorm, dealing a lot of AoE damage. This is late game, or I mean late game, let's say late mid game, a quite, well, dangerous combination. And we saw how fast even supports got their Blink deck on the last game. If this happens here again, then TCN has to spread out properly, otherwise this is a very, very deadly combo, especially the Vacuum into Burst Strike, Epicenter and stuff like that. Very, very dangerous. But now TCN, oh, they go for interesting draft. There is a Lashrak, so we now have a Slark, Doom, Lashrak, and all that, also supported by Shadow Demon. So Lashrak, since 6.81, interesting hero because a lot of things changed. Like the lightning of the Lashrak. Wait, I have to actually check the name if I get it. Lightning Storm. It's not just lightning, it's Lightning Storm. Sorry for that. Lightning Storm on him is now applying slow, and we actually saw a lot of Lashraks that went for this build. Like, they completely ignored Split Earth. They went for a Edict plus Lightning Storm build, ignored the ultimate as well, just maxed those two plus stats, and then went for a roaming. Then we also had, of course, I mean, I doubt this build is coming out simply for the reason because we have a Shadow Demon. That means we have a Disruption, Soul Catcher into a Pounce, for example, or into a Split Earth by the Lashrak. That's, of course, a very nice combination, because when you come out there, we have to see how it scales. It's 100, 180, 240, and 300 scaling. So that's 300 plus the percentage of the Soul Catcher, which is 20, 30, 40, 50. That's of course a nice combination. If you catch out those heroes solo and you already have Edict, that's also all the Edict explosions on one hero. So it's a very lethal combination, and not to mention that of course the Edict is still going very nicely for towers. Like, for all those who don't know it, because Lashrak is not played that often, maybe some new Dota players on my stream as well. So Edict is also very nicely used against tower push. The only thing you need is the building has to be pretty much the only target there. Like, you have to do it pretty much between the creep waves, but then it's very, very potential. And it's also a nice counter against Screen Protector, because Edict is also eating away all those living armor charges very, very fast. The last bans are coming out, and I was waiting for it. Death Prophet. Look at it. The Death Prophet has been banned. So no Death Prophet. But also on the other side there's a small, let's say, respect ban coming. The Silencer of Quicks worked out very well last game, but this time no Silencer, no Death Prophet. I will not miss the Exorcism, because it felt, yeah, it felt really unfair when that Exorcism came out. A farmed Death Prophet is just a monster, and there's not much you can do against it. There's just certain strategy working against him. It's either Burst Down or Kite, otherwise he will lose those fights. But Enchantress, it is. Enchantress, they go for the last one. And now I'm actually a bit afraid for AGM's draft, because this draft is not late game settled, Like, they protect their towers and everything, and I thought maybe we're gonna see like some really wombo combo stuff and a nice second core, second carry here. But it is an Enchantress. I mean, Enchantress, don't get me wrong, can of course transition into a nice impetus damage later with Arcanum Scepter, for example. But I don't know, a Mirana as like the only proper source of damage. Because like if I don't know, Slark, BKB, Doom BKB, Leshrac getting tanky, and now the 5th pick of TCN, like no epicenter damage, the wall, you can kite away from the wall, the Train Protector, the Overgrowth is getting later. I don't know, it's something, yes, but it's also not the biggest thing to happen. I don't know, like you need a lot of good farm to make this draft happening for Aggressive Mind, so I'm a bit afraid that the Enchantress pick doesn't really fit here. But let's see how much they get at the start. Because we see, okay, a puck. That's interesting. So when it comes to late game, I give TCN definitely the advantage here. They also have enough pushing potential with the Leshrac and also a Leshrac. The funny thing, I talked about, about the Death Prophet being super tanky and everything. We have pretty much the same phenomenon on the Leshrac. If a Leshrac is super tanky and super farmed with a crazy amount of mana pool, he's just a bomb in team fights. He's just standing there, Edict on, Lightning on, Split Earth here on someone, and and his ultimate on is just ticking through all the time because it scales very well. Look at it. I mean, Pulse Nova, this is 144 per tick, and this is something you don't want to have. But anyway, before I get to introduce those teams, I think, oh Leon, you're in a very bad position. There is already the slow. There might be the arrow. The arrow is not looking for it, but the surge is finding him. Yes, the burst strike, arrow following up. So he is already stunned, and the Scorched Earth won't help you. This is double bad, not just for the fact that AGM gets the first, but also as a Doom, you don't want to have Scorched Earth as the first skill, because now he's missing till level 2 the additional money from his Devour. So this is a double bad start for TCN. But anyway, I'm gonna introduce the players fast again because I don't think there's any more action happening. So Quix is playing the Slark here on the carry. I hope we're gonna see again a Dagger Slark. We're now the new stand-in playing the Shadow Demon. Sisu, the old guy, the old support, like an awesome support player, playing the Leshrac. Let's see how he is gonna go with his farm. I actually hope he's gonna get big on his Leshrac, because I think the Leshrac late game will be very interesting. Arise playing the puck here, so I haven't seen too many pucks on Arise, so let's see how this actually works out. On Arise, I really like the Invoker. He's an awesome Invoker player. Leon, the guy who just fed the first blood. So anyway, I think Madara, oh my god, that might actually be... I mean, Sisu has now the Split Earth, so getting some harass damage on Madara. Madara has the Surge, which means he's getting fast back to his lane. Anyway, so we have Skanks again on the Mirana, just like last game. Then the Dream Protector, who was played by Sisu last game, is now on Spartan. By the way, Spartan, he wanted to do a shout out on King, Sippo, Pro King, and Ryo. So I have no idea who that is. Maybe some people are, of course, in the chat, so be shout outed too. Relax is now in the Sand King mid, and I love Sand King mid, I have to say that, but it requires quite some balls, and they already want to have a rotation here. Relax, I don't know, with the Burst Strike he gets easily out. We have Disruption and the Split Earth combination at the moment, as well as of course the Orb damage, and there, do we have it? No, he's using instantly. Oh my goodness, he's going for Sandstorm directly afterwards, so this rotation is already failing. Anyway, Madara is I think the last one I forgot. He is on the off lane with the Darkseer. And oh, actually no, I forgot. Oh, of course, the most important one here in the jungle, already farming and already coming with like 2 creeps. He has a Centaur, he has a Dark Troll Summoner, and they want to go for the Doom a second time. Yoko here on the Enchantress. Let's see if that actually works. They try to wrap around the tower. That means the the Mirana will have to go for some nice harass damage, but even now they are at the tower, and there it is. There's the stun, there's the ensnare coming out. They don't even need it, and with the Leech Seed, that's a second kill on the Doom. This is really unfortunate. He didn't even get to use his Devour there. That's too bad. At least he could have devoured maybe even a creep of the Enchantress. That would have been all fine, but now that also means a lot of damage on that tower. But Doom is instantly in. There's the Devour on the creep. He's saying thank you because now he has the stun, he has the Swiftness aura. That's what I thought happens, to be honest, right there. If he would have reacted like fast, like he could have eaten one of those creeps really fast, because the Ensnare didn't come out for some reason. It was just the stun by the Centaur. coming out. But either way, now Spartan is gonna find a regeneration rune. It's not gonna go to Relax. Relax has, well, he got his bottle already, but he's not really interested in that rune. Or are they guarding it for him? I don't think he needs it, to be honest. But let's see. I mean, he's at the moment just blinking now. He's taking it, as I suspected. Quicks at the moment, of course, doing fine with the farm. He's 14 and 4 at the moment here on a safe lane. There's not much Madara can do. Madara even has to take care that he does not get ganked, because there is, of course, Sisu with a split earth and a disruption here of the Shadow Demon waiting for him. And, of course, the pounds. That means you cannot surge away. But on the other side, Mirana, well, Mirana was already part of 2 kills here on Leon, and that means he got quite some XP and some shared gold. When it comes to CS, he's not that successful at the moment compared to mid, of course. To be honest, like Relax, last game very solid on the Death Prophet, but this time it's not that great, to be honest. He's going for, at the moment, a 2-2 build, and Arise just leading a lot, like by a lot. 18 and 9. He gets a lot of denies, a lot of CS, and Relax getting a lot of damage as well. So I'm not sure if the mid SK versus a Puck is the best matchup. But now, in the meantime, we have Madara here. Is there a disruption coming? It's coming a bit late by Vern. There is a Soul Catcher, and the split off, it hits, but they are not even level 2. That's the biggest problem. I mean, now Vern is actually level 2, but Lashrak, yeah, they needed Edict or anything else, or maybe even the Slark coming with the pounds for a kill. So it's definitely not enough. Anyway, let's look into it. I mean, XP wise, it's looking quite equal in the mid, and this is very nice, of course, for SKO. I think they want to go for Madara again. We have the same combination, but the creep wave already arrived now. The pounds is the interesting one. Yes, this one, pounds is hitting. The living armor is just buying a bit time. In the end, they're going down. Regardless of that iron shell, it did quite some damage, but they won't care. Finally, TCN is on the scoreboard. They're getting themselves 1 point there. So beautifully done. Madara is going down, and they just keep on going with the normal business. Vern is doing the polls, and I'm wondering when Sisu is the first time going for a push. I mean, now that we have Edict, it's like an indicator that we're gonna see a pushing build coming out from the last track. So no lightning build, which is, I like it, and against the Darkseer anyway, one of the best things. But at the same time, of course, Leon left his offlane, and I don't know. They probably want to go for this tower, and I'm afraid they might actually be successful with it. The cliff is coming out, and Leon alone can't really do anything. I mean, the Scorched Earth, of course, helps him, but if there's a leech hit, actually, oh, there's a Moonlight Shadow, because Arise is holding the Enchantress there in place, but do they have enough? There is the Untouchable. He's getting stunned. There's one hit. Yes, they trade actually the Doom for the Enchantress. It's not the best trade of all times, but at least they don't lose the tower, and they do something. So in the mid, that gives some time, of course, for Relax to do something, and well, the haste rune still on the Puck. Maybe they can actually do something. There is a rotation of the Shadow Demon, but Sisu trying to get something in the mid, but Relax is already there. He's like level 3 Burrow Strike. I can kill you anytime, and yeah, Sisu has to be very, very careful. Puck denying the tier 1 tower, so definitely less gold for AGM here. I think they expected the tower to go their way, but nice rotation from Arise, making that impossible. And let's see, do we have anything else interesting going on? I mean, no, Leon is, I mean, his offlane is kind of awkward, ended very awkwardly, because now he also has the bottle. I don't like the bottle build. He could have gone full jungle then. If he really abandons this lane, then why not going full jungle, going fast for a Midas, like Gloves of Haste instead of the bottle, getting the Satire thingy. And Vern is here. He's baiting out because Arise is invisible still for quite a while, but at the same time we also have, of course, the Nature Skies on the Train Protector, so they sort of see each other all the time. Mirana now looking for that kill on the Shadow Demon, and Arise still wants to go for it, and there is the Dream Coil as well as the Courier just arriving now. Let's see. Oh, there is the Disruption, but Disruption not the best thing to do. Oh, but he does quite a lot of damage. There is the arrow, maybe flying, but he has to take care though. Oh, Vern, he needs... No, with the self, he's safe. But is there actually no... There's no Sentry Ward, no nothing coming out. That's really, really bad. So, Train Protector not going down. And in the mid, well, we have Relax doing a lot of damage, of course, with Sandstorm, level 3. And the Enchantress is rotating in. They do some damage on the tower. Sisu is coming in, but if he eats a Burrow Strike, he's pretty much dead. That's the unfortunate thing. because, I don't know, relax, that's a level 4 burst strike, 280 damage, plus the sandstorm right after, that's quite a lot, and I don't know, Caesar with only 640, that is very dangerous, but at least he's getting some XP there. Quicks now, he found Madara, but he doesn't even go for the pounds, but he got the Hand of Midas. Now he just needs to find a creep really fast to use it on, and there he found it. Like, his CS is still through the roof. He's 45 and 8, so everything's working out fine for the Slark. Let's see what he's going for. I mean, if you got a Midas, then you're, I don't know, you're banking a bit on the later game. Let's see how this goes. The Slark, of course, prone to have a great impact later. So let's see how this gonna work out. I mean, Skanks is also doing fine. He has, of course, the Hand of Midas even a bit earlier than the Slark. It just arrived pretty much when they tried to gank him with Arise, but Arise obviously not being successful there. So in the end, I don't know who's actually ahead in this game. Like, I'm really trying to find out. I mean, the problem is Leon's laning completely failed. Now, the mid SK grants them some nice advantage in the mid game, and I think they're gonna use that advantage instantly. As soon as the Blink Dagger came out, we see a smoke, and Puck is in the mid. I really hope he's really fast on his phase shift button. Oh, the epicenter is being channeled and he's stunned. So much damage. Too fast to cast, I always say. If someone is dying too fast that you can't even comment anything on, then I'm always saying too fast to cast, and this was one of this. So Sand King even getting more. He's getting now the tower last hit on Blink on Zizu. Is there any follow-up? There is the Overgrowth. They might actually get the kill. A Satire Shockwave coming out. And there's actually, well, he's getting heals though. That's the problem. Leon, he's level 6. Now he's done spot on under the tower. Will there be a follow-up? Yes. I mean, the Trine Protector is definitely going down. But before, he protected the Sand King. So Sand King definitely surviving. He's still visible though. But now it faded. Oh, if they knew where he is, that's the biggest problem. If they knew where he is, if they had a goddamn dust. But it's always the same game. The first Moonlight Shadows always just work out. I don't know why, but it is just like that. Like, based on my experience as a caster, I don't know how many kills were lost because of no dust against Moonlight Shadow, especially the early one. Like, a sentry just doesn't cut it there. And in this case, yeah, I mean, the Sand King just making it out just for that reason. And in the end, I mean, Yoko is just controlling the enemy jungle at the moment. The Sand King is farming the other part. He's just getting healed all the time by living armor. So TCN is losing more and more parts of their map, and it's not good. It's just not good. Now there is an invisibility rune here, bottom, but who's gonna take it? Like, they should take it. Yeah, Arise is gonna take it. That might actually be nice for a Mirana kill, but Mirana is gonna stay alone. He's just interested in farming. Now the interesting part is, do they get a kill on Quicks? Quicks is half HP. If there is a Blink Barrow Strike, yes, we have it as well. He's going down just by the damage of all of that. And Arise going down as well. If he doesn't get his orb down, and yeah, he doesn't get his orb through. And in the end, Overgrowth as well. Leon, they're just running in one by one at the moment, so he can't really do anything. There's just too much waiting at each and every corner. There's a Doom on the Enchantress, but he's against 4 plus 2 creeps, so they get the tower plus Leon. At the moment, it feels more like 3 bonus kills on top of a tower. That was a horrible engagement in my opinion. In the mid, they can't even trade the tower. Well, no edict whatsoever, and the Mirana is just farming in all that time. It's not looking good for TCN. Like, this top fight, I don't say it broke their neck, but it was definitely indicating that not everything is going right here. Quicks dying there, I was feeling it because they all rotated, and Quicks being like half HP already on the lane, that was not a good sign, because Burrow Strike, and a Burrow Strike that is also with the Iron Shell on top of him. I mean, you have to, that's the funny part. A Burrow Strike, how much is it exactly? It's 2.17. So you get 280 damage instantly, then you get the damage of the Sandstorm. The first one is almost instantaneously, and on top of him is the Iron Shell. So if you count that all together, this alone is like a 600-700 damage combination. That's pretty sick. This is without anyone else doing anything. This is no right click. This is no ranged right click whatsoever, no other magic source. This is just burrow strike with the iron shell on top of it and going into a sandstorm. There's not much you can do. That's the funny part. You go down, and now do they have at least vision here? Yeah, please tell me they have vision. No. No vision. 180 gold for a dust. 180 gold for a dust is costing them now the 3rd kill already. This is where I always, I don't know, where I just don't like it, especially because the Lashrak, he had the 180 gold. I think they spent it on wards though, and the Shadow Demon picked it up. I don't know, Shadow Demon, does he have? Well, he would have, of course, the Sentry ward now, but this is for warding around the Rosh Pit. But oh, he's also in a very awkward position. There is, I think they saw him. Oh, and there is it. The same combination. Look at it. Look at it, how he's going down. This is just Iron Shell and the Sandstorm. And now, after he is back from this little disruption, he is dead. It's just a sick combination. I absolutely like it though. And yep, the problem of detection or carrying detection on the supports is very strange though, because Relax, he's now a really high value target. He's level 11. He's probably... Did he even get the kill there? No, but he's probably already on a killing spree or even beyond that. And it's going to be more even. Relax. Now finding Sisu, and there's a lot of damage of course coming in, and the Impetus Mirana. Easy going. That's another support just down, and yeah, Doom has to take care. There is 1 second on the Blink Dagger. It's... yeah, same combination. Arrow just making sure. Sentry just taking them all down. It's all damage over time. Instant. Oh, that's a nice stream call. A nice Waning Rift as well. But now he finds himself directly in mid of the epicenter. 1 by 1. Wern coming in with Quicks, but Quicks instantly has to go. Of course, for the Shadow Dance, that's just too much damage. And also the damage over time. Quicks doesn't even heal back. Now he has no mana. He has no stick. He has not even a magic stick. So no mana for him to go high ground back. And it's 14-3. This game is just spiraling out of control. And well, this is very anticlimactic, to be honest. GG has been called. 14 minutes. AGM, congratulations, you are a grand finalist in the BOCE, the Battle of Central Europe. You're gonna go against Oslik, a very experienced team, but if you play like you played today, you have a good chance to win this grand final. So that's it for today, guys. Like, very amazing games, to be honest. And TCN, not, I don't know, not their best day, not their best performance, to be honest, today. But I don't know what actually went wrong. I mean, game 1 was kind of equal, but against the Exorcism it was hard. This game, it was just too fast out of their hands. I mean, a 14-3 in 14.5 minutes. The next tower would have been down, maybe even high ground at like, what, 16 minutes. I think the call was justified. They just didn't play well in this game together, and AGM was absolutely abusing this. So congratulations, you are in the grand final. My name is Heflatv, cast and manager here of Heflatv. I hope you had fun today, because I will take a break and we'll come back at 2 AM for one more game. I will cast where is it? Where's my schedule? I will cast top 5 versus the House is Down. It's a North America versus South America game. And on Heflatv 2, our second channel, by the way, if you like this channel and you followed it anyway, then of course also like our second English channel, Heflatv 2. There you will have even more games. You have so many games coming there. You have Snar, the Sneaky Nix Assassin versus Ban No Earth. You have Union Gaming versus Ban No Earth Spirit. And tomorrow morning, 6 AM, very nice time for, well, for this time zone at least, Arrow versus Invasion, a nice C game, like very promising game. There will be a couple thousand viewers on this, so if you like Dota, then keep following us. If you want to know when and how and where and who is casting, then of course follow us on Facebook and Twitter. There you will always get the information. And all that being said, guys, I will finally get something to eat and have 2 hours break till my next cast starts here on Heflatv 1. Culture will be a bit earlier there at 1:30 in the night, Heflatv 2. And that's it pretty much. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the awesome chat. Tomorrow the final of this tournament will be at 18 CET. So if you want to see your favorite team, Oslik or AGM, so all the Greek people here following AGM, tomorrow 18 CET. It's gonna be an amazing grand final. Who's gonna take that season 1 of the Battle of Central Europe? Thanks.